Hello and welcome, my dear students. Let us carry ahead the numericals of chapter heat. I had given you a trailer of the first numerical in the previous video. Hope you understood. Before we get into the numericals, few things I want to make it clear with you. That is, suppose you are providing heat to a substance or you are taking away heat from a substance. Let us consider water, and you are providing heat to this, that is you are heating it, so water will get converted into gas. Okay, water will get converted into gas. Now here the water, let us consider it to be at 30 degrees Celsius. Slowly, as you heat, talk to yourself and understand it in your own language. When you heat water, the temperature will start increasing. Okay, so the temperature will increase and it will be converted into 100 degrees Celsius, where the water will start boiling. Okay, when the water starts boiling, now here in this phase, what has happened? Water which was at 30 degrees Celsius got converted into water at 100 degrees Celsius. So here the temperature is changing. Whenever temperature is changing, that means heat is either absorbed or given out. Here heat is absorbed. Okay, temperature is increasing now. So from 30, temperature has become 100. That means heat is absorbed. So when the temperature is changing, mark my words, when the temperature is changing, you will use the formula mc delta T. Okay, I hope you remember the sum that we did in the previous class. Water was heated from 20 to 100. Temperature increased. So how much heat is absorbed? Water absorbed heat. That is mc delta T. Okay, the scene is still here when from 30 to 100. Now at 100 degrees Celsius, if you continue heating, what will happen? All the water will get converted into gas. So there is change of state. 100 degrees Celsius water will get converted into 100 degrees Celsius gas. So here from water it is getting converted into gas. There is change in state. When there is change in state, you will consider m into L, mass of water and latent heat. Here it is getting converted into vapor, so latent heat of vaporization. Are you understanding? Okay, are you understanding? From solid to water, latent heat of fusion. Okay, from solid to liquid, latent heat of fusion. Here from water to gas, so this will be latent heat of vaporization. So what is the two things that you have to remember? When the temperature changes, only the temperature is changing, that time you will use the formula mc delta T. Okay, I have written only temperature changes. When only temperature changes, you will use the formula mc delta T. When there is change in temperature as well as change in state, in the coming questions you will see water getting converted into gas or ice getting converted into water. Change of state. When there is change of state, you will add, with this you will add another formula, that is ml, latent heat of fusion or vaporization multiplied by mass. Okay, so first heat will be absorbed to change the temperature. After that, heat will be absorbed to change the state. Okay, same way if you are going the reverse order, from gas or from steam, first you will convert it into water and then you will convert that into ice or solid. Okay, here I am talking about water, so I am using the term ice. So first steam into water, water into solid. So in these two cases, again there is heat given out, heat is given out, that only then the gas will get converted into water. Heat is given out. When you are heating something, heat is absorbed. From gas to water means you are cooling. Heat is given out. Okay, think gas to water, from water to ice, heat is given out. So in these cases, from gas to water, if you are considering, there is ml plus mc delta T. Change in state as well as heat is given out. So that is given by the formula mc delta T. Same like heat is absorbed, mc delta T. Heat is given out, mc delta T. Change in state, ml. Same way from water to solid, again heat is given out, mc delta T plus ml. Change in state, no, from water you are getting converted into solid. So change in state. Understood? So remember these two things. And remember the principle of heat exchange. Heat lost by hot object is equal to heat gained by the cold object. Okay. So with this prior knowledge, let us take the first sum given in the textbook. Let's take the first numerical. Equal heat is given to two objects A and B of mass 1 gram. Equal heat, Q for heat. Equal heat is given to both the objects A and B. Mass is also same. Okay, so this is an easy sum. 1 gram. Temperature of A increases by 3 degrees Celsius and temperature of B increases by 5 degrees Celsius. If they are saying that from 30 temperature was increased to 100, so what is the change in temperature? 100 minus 30, 70. Now here you need not do all that. Already they have given the increase. Increase in temperature is denoted by delta T. Okay. So we have two objects. Equal heat is given to two objects A and B of mass 1 gram. Temperature of A increases by 3 degree and the temperature of B by 5 degrees Celsius. Which object has more specific heat and by what factor is the question. Okay. So let us consider. Write down solution. Write the statement, the most important statement. Equal heat is given to objects A and B. Equal heat is given to objects A and B. Okay. So therefore, equal heat is given. Therefore, heat given to QA is equal to heat given to QB. This is what we have to write from the given information. Equal heat A को B, B को B. इसका मतलब the heat for object A is equal to heat for object B. Also, the mass is also same. Okay. Write the next one. Mass of A and B. B M. Okay, let the mass of A and B be M respectively. Fine. Mass is also same. So you need not take M1, M2, nothing like that. After that, mass is also same. But temperature is different. No? So we will take temperature for object A. Change in temperature. Delta TA is equal to 3 degrees Celsius and delta TB is equal to 5 degrees Celsius. Okay, temperature change is different. The temperature of A increases. The increase in temperature is 3 degree for object A and 5 degree for object B. Now, there are two different objects. So, obviously, their specific heat capacity will be different, no? Specific heat capacity of different objects are different. We did that activity. Iron, copper, lead, spheres, okay? All will absorb different heat. So, let us consider what is the symbol for specific heat capacity. What is the symbol for specific heat capacity? C. So, let specific heat capacity, let specific heat capacity of object A and B be C1 and C2, or we will write CA and CB. Here all we did like that. No, so same format will follow, CA and CB, small CA and CB. Okay, so this is the main thing that we got. Now we know the formula for Q. Okay, so I'll write it once again. QA is equal to QB. Therefore, what is the formula? Here there is only change in temperature. There is no change in the state. Nowhere it is mentioned that water is getting converted into ice or something like that. Nothing mentioned. Okay, so you have to use only the formula MC delta T is equal to MC delta T. This is the formula. Now for object A, mass is the same, but specific heat capacity will be Ca and delta T. Same way make the change for B. Mass is the same because they are of equal mass. This will be Cb and this will be delta Tb. Now substitute the values. They have given how much is mass. Mass is given as 1 gram. Okay, so in place of mass 1 into Ca we don't know into delta Ta is 3 is equal to mass is 1. Cb we don't know. Specific heat capacity is the question. No. And delta Tb is 5. Okay. So now let us keep Ca safe here. Take the numbers to opposite side. So therefore this will be 3 Ca is equal to 5 Cb. 5 Cb. Now they are asking us which object has more specific heat and by what factor. Okay. So therefore Ca, I'll keep it here, is equal to 5 upon 3 Cb. Ca is equal to C and B, let it be the suffix. Ca is equal to 5 upon 3 Cb. So by looking at this, what is your opinion? Whose specific heat capacity is more? Specific heat capacity of object A or specific heat capacity of object B? How will you read this as? Specific heat capacity of object A is equal to 5 upon 3. 5 upon 3 means roughly it will be 1 point something, no? So that into Cb. So whose specific capacity is more here? Obviously, specific heat capacity of A is more, no? By what factor? By factor 5 upon 3. So final answer you will write specific heat capacity of object A is more by factor 5 upon 3. Okay. So final answer you will write in statement specific heat capacity of object A is more by factor 5 upon 3. I hope you understood the first sum. Okay. Now let's take the second sum. Liquid ammonia is used in ice factory for making ice from water. If the water at 20 degrees Celsius is to be converted into 2 kilogram ice at 0 degrees Celsius, how many grams of ammonia are to be evaporated? Latent heat of vaporization of ammonia is given as 341 calorie per gram. Okay. Now what is given in this question? Liquid ammonia. In ice factory, liquid ammonia is used to convert water into ice. So now our focus should be on this. The B sum. Water into ice. Okay. We want to convert water into ice. Now will water be directly converted into ice? No. You have experienced it. No. First you will take water in the tray and you will keep it in the refrigerator. After few minutes you will see that the water has become cold. Okay. Water reaches 0 degrees Celsius. And later on the water gets converted into ice which is at 0 degrees Celsius. So what is the real conversion? Water which was at 20 degrees Celsius will get converted into water at 0 degrees Celsius. Directly this will not happen. Water at 20 degrees Celsius will get converted into water at 0 degrees Celsius. How will it happen? When the heat is taken off. If you give heat, If you give heat, it will expand, no? Here, water to convert into cold water, heat will be taken off. It will be taken off. So now you got water at 0 degrees Celsius. Again, heat will be taken off. Heat will be taken off, and this water which was at 0 degrees Celsius will convert into ice at 0 degrees Celsius. Understood till here? भी ये करने के लिए, to convert water into ice, what are we using in ice factory? Liquid ammonia. Okay, we'll talk about liquid ammonia later. Let us first again dig into this. Water is giving off heat. Heat is given by the formula mc delta T. Here. Here the temperature is changing. When temperature is changing, mc delta T. When the state is changing from water to ice, when the state is changing, ml, mass into latent heat. Here state is changing. Water from 0 degree to ice at 0 degree. Temperature is same, state is changing. So there you will write ml, latent heat. Okay. Now do you know the latent heat of water? The latent heat of water is given in page number 63. Okay. So the specific latent heat of fusion of water or ice is 80 calorie per gram. Okay, that we have to remember, that we have to use here. So this is 80 calorie per gram. Now the heat which is given out by the water when it converts into ice, जब पानी ice में convert हुआ, the heat which was given out is absorbed by the poor liquid ammonia. Liquid ammonia, write all this, liquid ammonia absorbs the heat given off by water. So, therefore, heat given off by water is equal to heat absorbed by liquid ammonia. Heat given off by water, you can write here, liquid ammonia absorbs the heat given off by water. Therefore, heat in the bracket, heat given by water, heat absorbed by liquid ammonia. Okay. So when liquid ammonia absorbs this heat, liquid ammonia is given heat. Liquid ammonia absorbs heat. Liquid will get converted into gas. Okay. Liquid will converted into gas. So here again there is change of state from liquid to gas. So about ammonia you have to mention only the latent heat, because about ammonia no temperature is specified in your question. So we are happy. Okay. So let us write all this thing and put the values. So the heat lost by water or given off by water is equal to mc delta T plus ml, which is equal to plus ml. Why? Because the water is getting converted into ice. So plus ml. Mass of water was 2, specific heat of water was 1, and delta T, what was the change? From 20 to 0. So 20 minus 0 plus mass is 2 and latent is given as 80 kilocalorie per kilogram or calorie per gram. So you got 2 ones are 2 into 20 minus 0 20 plus 160, which is equal to 40 plus 160, 200 kilocalories of heat. Q, heat given by water. Now this Q of water is equal to the heat absorbed by liquid ammonia. Okay. So copy till here. The heat which was given out by water, 200 kilocalorie, will be absorbed by ammonia, where only the state will change. Liquid will get converted into gas. So I have written ml for ammonia part. Then let us substitute 200 kilocalorie, we got heat, is equal to mass we have to find into latent heat is given as 341 calorie per gram. The latent heat is given as 341 calorie per gram. But heat we got it in kilocalorie. So this calorie we will convert it into kilocalorie. Calorie to kilocalorie, if you want to convert, you will divide by 1000. Okay, so I divided by 1000 here. So in the next part, this 1000 will be carried up upon 341 is equal to mass of ammonia. Here I did the calculation, 2 and 3, 4, 5 zeros divided by 341. Do the calculation and you get the answer. Okay, compare it with the answer given in the textbook. So you will write this much ammonia, this much grams of ammonia is required so that 20 degrees Celsius water will get converted into 0 degrees Celsius ice. Okay, I hope you have understood the sum. Remember, in this sum, liquid ammonia absorbed the heat given by the water. Water first got converted from 20 to 0. Okay, from 20 to 0, temperature change mean MC delta T. Okay, so that all we discussed in the previous part. Go through the sum, understand it well, practice it, and we will meet with the next two sums in the next class.